Here we go again. So I took delivery last night. I was up all night basically just staring at Big Shirley. So I figured I'd get up this morning and try to get her all seasoned up. I spoke to Kevin last night, the delivery guy. Actually, thanks a lot, Kev, for dropping this thing off without not one scratch on it. So he was saying that you should start off at 165 for an hour and go up by 10 degrees every hour until you get to 250. And he said the process should take about 5 to 6 hours. So we about to knock that out now. There she is, Big Shirley. Oh man, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am. I know I may not sound as enthusiastic right now because I was up all night, basically out here staring at it in the middle of the night, and I wanted to get up extra early so I can get it all seasoned up. So let's get this process started. This thing seems to be airtight, and I'm guessing once we put some smoke in it, it will prove to be airtight. So I got some, just some regular old cooking spray. So I'm going to basically spray all the interior of the main chamber as well as the interior of the warmer box. Spray it all down and fire this thing up. Okay, so I'm gonna take the grates out just so I can get everything sprayed down, and then I'm gonna put the grates back in and spray those. Yeah, these things got a little weight to them. So this process should, like I said, should take about 5 or 6 hours, but the spray down process should only take a couple minutes, and then we'll kind of get some wood in here and get this thing going. Sorry for the grunting. I was up all night. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do, I just got some El Cheapo canola oil spray. I'm glad I looked deep inside it because there was actually a piece of paperwork in here from my build. So basically we just gonna spray everything down. Hopefully I got enough cooking spray. I got a can and a half. One can was new and the other can we had used, so I gotta replace it at some point before my wife get home and be wondering where her cooking spray is. So make sure we get all these grates, every single inch of the smoker, so that way we get a good season. I'm gonna hit this tuning plate. All right, I'm not gonna like sit here and act like an NFL commentator and talk you through the whole thing, because basically all I'm doing is spraying it all down. I may actually even speed this section of the video up. All right, on to the warmer. I'm not gonna worry about the, wow. Actually, let me go ahead and pull these grates out too. And then I'll put all the grates back in and spray them down. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Man, once I got these grates out, you can really appreciate the work these guys put in. So this is the damper system. So the top damper slides, once it slides out, it drafts smoke from the main chamber into the warming cabinet. So this second damper right here allows basically direct heat to get into the warming cabinet. So I guess if people are wanting to just use the warmer box to smoke and don't have to worry about firing up the main chamber, you can close off this one and open this one and just smoke in the cook chamber. I mean the warmer box. Good Lord, that is some fantastic work, man. All right, let's get this thing all sprayed down. All right, let me switch hands here. All right, let's knock out this door. All right, so the door is done. Inside is done. Let me get these grates put back in, and then I will start hitting the grates. All right, let's start getting these grates in and getting them all sprayed down. Man, these things are kind of heavy. All right, there we go. So I know I gotta grab them from the side. It won't be as hard to get them in, I'm guessing, but these things are pretty darn heavy. Let's try from the front. Okay, that looked like that's gonna be the way to go. Grab it from the front side. Whew, that's a workout. All right, so let's get this plate in. Get this plate in, get all the grates in the warmer back in so we can spray them all down and we'll be ready to roll. Man, this thing is heavy duty. Well, maybe I'm just tired from not getting any sleep last night. Uh-oh. We about to run out. I think we might make it. All right, that's one. Oh man, we running out of cooking oil. Yeah, we got look like we're gonna have just enough to get this thing finished off. All right, then let me get the grates in the warmer. Make sure I get everything coated so we can get ourselves a good season. Ooh, yeah. We're about out. Come on now. A little can that could. There you go. All right, so it looked like we barely made it, but we made it. So now that we got everything seasoned up, I'm gonna grab my flamethrower and some wood, and we're gonna get this thing popping. Another thing I did get, I got that dolly, and that thing makes moving this smoke around very easy. So I would advise getting the dolly. Whew, now that was a workout. All right, so I guess as soon as I put my deposit down, I started picking up little extras. I've had this flamethrower for quite some time and never even used it because it was going to be just for Big Shirley. Excuse the mess over here. This is is actually the crate from my Santa Maria, but I also bought some wood and tried to get it seasoned up. I used my log splitter to split things down. So, because I guess one of my followers saw one of my Santa Maria videos, and they were saying that possibly that I'm using too big of splits for the Santa Maria. So I'm not sure how many it will take to get this monster up to 165, but we're going to start with just four small splits and see where we go. And because Kevin was saying the key is to slowly bring it up to temperature, because you want to set the paint, because mine was literally painted 2 days ago. So the last thing you want to do is blister up your paint. So we're going to start with those four. Maybe I'll need more, but I'll see where that can get us. If it'll get us to 165, that's perfect. If it doesn't, I'll add one maybe every 20 or so minutes until we can get to 165. So let me get this thing shut down. I like this handle. I don't think I've ever seen one with the handle on the door. So maybe people were saying, the door gets kind of hot. I don't know, but I like it. Right here. All right. So, let's get the splits in. Oh yeah, these are. So we'll give them a little breathing room in between. Let's put these down here. So now I'm gonna have to measure this basket so I know what size splits I need to be getting next time I order wood. And the amount of cooking that I plan on doing, I plan on ordering wood pretty fast. Okay, so we're just gonna start with those four and see where it gets us. Like I said, we're aiming for 165, and we're gonna run that for an hour. All right, one sec, let me regroup. Actually, I can put you right here. There we go. Man, these doors are airtight. All right, so let's get our flamethrower going. There we go. Whew. All right, let me grab you guys. Sorry for the moving around. Trying to do this thing with one hand. All right, here she blows. Let's turn this thing down. All right, we got ourselves a fire. So let's get these dampers open. It's not a huge fire, but I guess we don't want nothing too big for the very first burn in, just so we can get this paint set. So let's get this thing shut down and see where it sits. Let's get these smokestacks open. Oh, you gotta lift it. Nice. Yep, all things you learn as you go. So, all right, I'll bring you back here in maybe 10 minutes once I get things settled in. All right, so I got everything. I got all the dampers open and I got the firebox closed. And as you can see, it's pretty damn airtight. I did see a little bit of smoke coming through the cabinet doors, but over time, as you cook on it and a little bit of kind of grease and soot kind of builds up, whatever is there will close. But this thing is drafting like a champ. I got both the dampers open just so we can draft all the way through the chamber and back into the warmer. So here we go. Drafts like a champ. And we're gonna see, so right now, it's only been a couple minutes, 5 minutes, and we are up to 100 degrees. So we're gonna see, I'm gonna give it like 15 minutes and then see where it settles, and if I have to add in a couple more splits just to get it to 165, that's what we'll do. All right, I'll check in a minute. All right, so clearly those little 4 tiny splits wasn't enough to get it to 165, so I've added a few more in there, and we just letting this thing roll. So I'll check back in once we do get to 165. All right, so it has been an hour since we've been at 165, and I'm trying to bump it up to 175 for an hour. So we are a little over, but close enough. So we're gonna let this thing keep going for an hour at 175, and then we're going to bump it up to 185. So all right, I'll check in here in a little bit. All right, so we got a nice fire going. I went ahead and opened the door just to give it a little extra air. Seems like the wood has a little bit too high of a moisture content, so I went ahead and put some splits inside the warmer to start drying out. So I think my actual first cook after I get this thing seasoned is going to be all wood, just to dry out my wood. The guy said it was seasoned, but I'm starting to see that it may not be, which no biggie, I'll dry it out myself. So it's been another hour. So we are rocking at about 225 right now. Let's see. Yeah, 225. So we just gonna let this baby keep rolling until we hit the 5 or 6 hour mark, and we should have a good season on it. So I was running into some problems. I'm pretty sure it was because of the wood had a high water content. So I was able to, what I did was I filled up the warmer with wood, and it sat in there for about maybe a little over an hour. And then I threw those pieces on, and now this thing is running like a freight train. So we are up to 190. So I'm gonna let it chill out here for at least an hour. So I see what my problem was, the unseasoned wood that I bought, but it wasn't expensive. It was only like, I want to say 200 for a half cord. So basically I'm gonna have to dry the wood out, and I'll have a easier time with this monster. But it's purring now. Yeah, I don't have any problems now. So the warmer is running about 175. So yeah, we good. So I'm gonna let this go for about an hour, and then I'll throw another split on, and we're gonna keep on rocking. Later. We are back. I think we are at the 4 hour mark. So we started at 160, 70, 80, 90. Yep, so now we're up to, I got it up to 250 here. I threw some more splits in. Now that I've been heating them up and drying them out in the smoker, they're catching a lot better. So now we are rocking at, I would say 245 right now. I got both of the stacks wide open, and the firebox damper is wide open. It looks like, wow, the firebox has got up to 260, because I have these dampers wide open as well. So yeah, I'm gonna consider this thing nice and seasoned. I'm just gonna let it rock and roll here for a few more hours, or however long it takes for it to cool off. Basically trying to get this paint nice and set. But I think this is a job well done. So I'll let it cool off. I probably ain't gonna cook on it today, but at some point tomorrow I will be cooking. Because I know Sunday my wife is taking me out for my birthday. So, all right. So the seasoning is done. It has been 6 hours, and I got it up to as high as 260. I didn't want it to get too hot. Kevin White, the delivery guy, was saying bring it up by 10 degrees every hour, and that's exactly what I did. So we're nice and seasoned. Let's see. Ooh. As you can see, the grates are nice and dark. All 3 grates are nice and dark. I'm sure the walls are nice and seasoned. And I I think tomorrow we'll be throwing some food on. Later.